recently I am back to share this chunky album that I used making the Scrap Diva Designs journal pocket. So this was the first one I made, and it was just like pretty simple, and I was using a lot of the different dies that come with it, and then I put a little tag flip in here just to kind of put something cute in there. But this was just like me figuring out like how to put it together. And then this one, I decided to get a little fancier with how I used my window. I made sure to put, and this one I actually have a tutorial on in my YouTube, and put this one together. And then I have this really pretty card in here, card tag, whatever you want to call it. And then I saw Marissa, the Pink Ape. She came up with a way to make a book, and it was absolutely divine. And I decided that that was my next project, is to do something very similar to that. So I kind of did what she did, but I also very much made it my own. So this is 3.5 inches thick. And the reason why is because the die actually has a little fold over piece that when you create this, it like flips out. And I used that little piece for to make the page connector, the hinge, so to speak. I would just grab it and show it to you, but I'm not sure exactly where it is right now. So let's just get started looking through this. And what I got really inspired with Marissa was she just used a variety of dies as she put it together, and just went ham on it. And I just really admired that. So inside each of the little pockets is a little tag, and this one happens to be a card because it's in the cover. And so there's acetate here. And then I love the way that I used the fibers and fabrics on here. And they're all the little scraps that are from the ruffles that I put on the top of each of the cards that's in there. And let's just get into it. So here's page 1, and these are, and I will link everything below because I used a lot of different dies from Scrap Diva. So I forget what these are called, but they're like a little plant that came out a couple months ago, but they ended up making it into my book in a variety of places just because they looked so pretty. Like I just cut them out of the pattern paper, and the paper, let me remember what the name of this is. It's from Prima, and it's called the Plant Department. And the funny thing was I didn't even remember buying it. I was like, what am I gonna make? Because once I saw that Marissa had done that, I was like, what am I gonna make? What paper am I gonna use? Because she used this beautiful pink and blue paper. And I was like, I don't even remember buying this. Because I bought that Avec Amour like right after I bought this, I think. And so, yeah, so anyway, this is just a little, I just ran a piece of paper through the die, and then just cut it at a slant there to do that. And then I just created these little cards, and then I used the heart circle doily die, I think it's called, for that one, and just so I had something extra on there. And then this is the Scallop Tag die with just this one that I have in my stash. This is another die that's just like, I don't even know, I've had it for so long. And then in each side there is a card that's in there, and they each have like part of that circle doily, the smallest one, and then the ruffles. I just love this book. Should I give it away or keep it? I haven't decided yet. And then here's that little heart ladybug that came out in May. And then here's another one of those cards just in the belly band there. But look at this sari silk that's on here. I thought that was just so pretty. I don't think it's silk, it's just sari dress material. And then there's more ruffles. And then here are those banner dies, and I just attached these like this, so if you wanted to write on them, you can. They move around because the brad that's attached there. And then the brad behind here is actually attached with an extra little piece of paper behind it to protect it and make sure it's not going to come out of there. But yeah, I went deep into all of my laces and pretties just to find all the good stuff. and I had a really good time embellishing the heck out of everything. I mean, it was just really fun. And then here's this cute little page from this book, but look at these little itty bitty flowers. I got those on AliExpress. I'm not gonna link all that stuff, but they're just itty bitty little things. I mean, look how tiny they are, but they just worked perfectly on here just to add a little bit of extra 3D and texture on here. Here's the card, and then for this, I stitched around this first, and then I cut that out, and then I put some shiny stuff to make that kind of stand out, look maybe a little more metal. And then this is from the, was it the journal set? I just actually had that left over. I didn't have to cut it. And then that door opens up to have one of the little pieces of ephemera from this kit in there. And then over here, I've got that's the edge flower, Sakura Flower. And then this is just one of the Prima flowers. And then here's a little mini card in there. And then this is one of the cards that's from the ephemera collection from the Prima kit. And then I've got these little banner pieces in there too. I just love that paper, that purpley with all the flowers, just gorgeous. And then another one of those cards is in there. So this literally took me about a week and a half to put together. And I just, like, every day after work, and we're in the last weeks of schools, guys, so it's like work is intense. I would just come down to my craft area and just kind of play around a little bit with my stuff, and just it just kind of was like a nice stress relief, really, because I just went through and I cut out everything that I might possibly use and then put it together. So this is another one of those little scallop tags, and then this was my little card for here, and then this is just the gold piece right here is the inside of that. So I reused that square that was in there. And then this is the bow from Scrap Diva. It's like a bow mini book or mini album. And then you can see that I just put the thinner foam underneath the big bow and then this bow. So it just kind of has a little bit more oomph to it. And then this piece, I just cut this. I used that die right there to cut that out right there, and then I ran it through a second time to get the curved edge on there. And I felt pretty clever about it too, if I tell you the truth. And this isn't a belly band or anything, this is just decorative on here. If you know me and you know how I craft, I love making a waterfall, and these are all some tea-dyed papers that I had that I thought went really nice with this collection, so I had to use them. And then more of those pretty flowers. I made a big flower purchase on Ali recently. And then this is just the collection of stuff. And then here's another one of this is the square from the inside of the cover, the window that cut out. And then there's another little piece in there. And then I have this little chenille ruffle up here on that one. And you can see these are just, I took like scraps and just cut them from that die. I have to just go look real quick and see if I can find it really fast. See if it might be in the front. And it is. Oh, yay. Glory be. Okay, so this is the cover piece. And when I talk about cutting just the hinge, I'm cutting just this piece right here, and then I'm trimming it all the way up so that I can use that as my hinge. And I glued that in between, because this piece, the page is actually 3 pieces. So there's this piece as the foundation, and then this piece is going on top of that. So between this piece and this piece, I'm putting that little page turner, the hinge right there. And then there's another piece on the back of it that's this. Yay, I'm so glad I was able to find that. I'm like, this is irritating me. This is how I keep my dies. I keep them just like Tony from, oh my gosh, Craft. Oh, now that's gonna bug me that I actually said her name. Okay, anyway, here we are. And this one's just turned sideways. this is something Marissa did, and it was one of the biggest reasons why I wanted to make this book, is because I loved the way the sideways ruffle looked. And I wish I had done it twice, because there are I think there are 3 different little pockets like this. And I was like, why didn't I do that more than once? Because there's so much ruffle on top. Another belly band. And these flowers are just things I have in my collection, unless they're things that come directly from Scrap Diva, which I don't think there's Scrap Diva things. Oh yeah, here, this is Scrap Diva, more of that greenery, pinkery, I guess we can call it. And then there's not a lot, this is just a little cluster on here. I was like, I don't need to have a pocket on every single page, because every page has one of these, and then there's another belly band, and another one of these pockets, and then the last page, which has one more of these little guys. And I tried to make these so you could write on the back of them, so I tried to have kind of clean backs that you could write on. And then our last tag, and then the last page is once again the window, and it's a double-sided window, so you can see through on both sides. And then I just put a little tag on the top because I didn't want to put a ruffle on just one side of that. And that's what that looks like. So super, super fun project. I'm trying to like be more focused on, I mean, this is going to sound weird because I love to craft. I've always loved crafting. That has never changed. But instead of being so product focused, just enjoying the journey more. And so this was me enjoying the journey. This page is my favorite page. Followed by that, I just love the way that beige looks on there. I'm also trying to like leave these little strings a little bit more because I think that's kind of fun. But anyway, yeah, so this was a really fun one to do. It was just like a labor of love, and I really enjoyed making this fat chunky baby. So thanks for checking it out. And once again, if you're interested in checking out the dies, they're all linked below, and be sure to use code URBAN10 to save 10% on this and whatever dies that you happen to purchase. Have a great night and great day and a great life, for goodness sake. Thank you so much.